her strong Indian pride and as a God-fearing woman. With a little sassy side, but for me, she was Grandma Swisher. She was grandma who had this huge creepy house with a weird attic, and even the weirder room that we stayed in downstairs that was full of mirrors. I will never forget it. It was a mirrored room. It was creepy. It was creepy.
I like that.
That's where we crashed for summers, for holidays, and the kids got the weird mirror room. Grandma Swisher, who used her bra as her purse. Loved to tell us of stories of living on the farm. Loved the song, "You Are My Sunshine," especially when it was sung by the kids. She threw us group birthday parties, made us go on scavenger hunts to discover our Christmas gifts. She could talk to anyone. I remember as a teenager, I tested this. I called her, I said hello, I put the phone down, walked away, got a soda, came back, and she was still talking. She didn't have to walk away from the phone. So as you'll see, I actually had the opportunity last year to sit down with Grandma and do a little video interview. And got to learn a lot of stuff, some weird stuff, some great stuff, but in the whole hour and a half that I did this video, I asked Grandma 2 questions. All I had to do was 2 questions because she talked the whole entire time. That was my grandma. Later in life, we still had a lot of adventures. On her birthday, we had a huge dinner out at Mario's. Megan and I sat closest to her, and she turned to us and she said, "Hey, I want some of that sparkly stuff." Well, we didn't know what she meant. She said, "I want some of that sparkly stuff." She wanted a glass of sparkly wine, which I had never seen my grandma ever drink. So Megan and I immediately ran to the bar and got her some pink sparkly stuff, and we shared a glass of wine with our grandma. It was a special memory. She took 2 drinks and said, "Oh, I'm drunk." Oh gosh, that was the first and only time I actually saw her drink. We did haircuts in her bed, which usually she got her huge kitchen shears or her huge sewing shears and would start her haircut herself, and then I would come in and have to fix whatever mess I was walking into. It was less about fixing a haircut and what did you do, Grandma, and more about just having that memory with her. Full-on acrobatics, trying to do a full salon haircut while she was in her bed. And luckily, I am not quite old enough to where I can still do some of that bending and holding around. Her trip to the hospital in late August, I called to check on her. And she said, "When I get out of this place, I want some of that sparkly stuff." Well, she was talking about wine again. So once again, I was shocked and I laughed and I fully obliged. So I went to go visit her and I brought her a huge bottle of pink sparkly stuff with a card that said, "Upon exit, open." Well, in true grandma fashion, she never opened it because she actually gave it to someone on her transport team before she even got home. So that's a special memory. So now anytime I see any pink sparkly stuff, it will forever and always remind me of Grandma Swisher. I have a lot of fond memories and a lot of lessons I've learned from her. Because of her, I have a reverence and respect for my Indian heritage. I've spent many Sundays with her growing up attending Busby Chapel, planting seeds for my own faith journey and building a foundation on the goodness of Jesus Christ. I believe my constant doodling and artistic characteristics are because of Grandma Swisher, as are many of the talents in our family. Yeah, she was a little crazy, but I think all of her antics that drove many of us nuts was out of love and fear for leaving us. Grandma always asked about everyone. She cared, and even though she was stuck in that bed of hers for her last years, I don't think any of those moments went to waste. She prayed for every single person. She said, "If I'm still breathing, I'm still praying." It's a good motto. So today, we do a lot of things for a lot of different people. So let's remember the best times and honor Grandma by cherishing the time we have with family. Sherry, go ahead and come on up. Sherry's going to share with us next.
Good speech.
It is so good to see so many family here. And there's some we're missing. Lola and Vicki really wanted to come. But the kids got COVID and so they couldn't be here. And they were afraid to make the trip because Lowell's health and Vicky's health. Chris couldn't be here, he was at the viewing. He's starting a new job in Colorado, so he couldn't be here with his family. So we're missing some people, so look how many we have here for grandma, for my mother, for our mother. I just can't say enough that everyone came out in this horrible weather. That is just, every time there's a service in the cemetery, it's always freezing.
That's right.
Grizzly.
We don't know why. It's because next week it's gonna be in the 50s again. But it's just the way it always seems to go with our family. Mine's gonna be short and sweet, no big long speeches. I know it's mostly family here. I saw that. Jody.
I'm trying to slap both of them.
Basically, when we have a funeral, the siblings stand up front, and we have a long receiving line, and everybody comes and says their condolences to them. So along that line, what I wanted to do, I'm the oldest, I would like my children to stand, and my grandchildren to stand. You stand up, so did I ask you to? Just for a minute.
You can stand, I got up there and talk.
Your child's not standing, but, okay, so Jared, you, second, can your family stand with you?
Okay. These two, okay.
You're with them. Lowell would be next, Laura?
Here. Right here, the place he did look.
And everyone else. Kids, kids, stand up. Stand up, everyone. Tyler. And Bill could be here because he did COVID. So this is our immediate family. You go. I did this because I watched my pastor on TV about a month ago on a Sunday. Was it funny time? Yes, so.
He's telling on you.
He was talking about death and families and everybody's family has death. And his wife felt after her parents were gone. Kyle, this is supposed to be a funny time.
Yes, it is. It's a
Hey, we're
celebration.
This to him while he's talking on a microphone. His wife said after her parents died that she felt like an orphan, and so I started thinking about this a lot. I personally don't feel that way. We have too much family to ever feel like we're an orphan. I really think my siblings will agree. So that's why I wanted everybody to say it, even though most of us are related. But we really thought we were going to have some more people. Maybe they'll come later, but it is bad weather. But this is all about Mom, and we've all worked really hard to get this all together. They did a lovely job back here with all the pictures, and we really want people to go through the small pictures and pick out pictures you want to take home with you. Mom had so many pictures, boxes of pictures, and I probably do too, but not on that scale. But Mom never had those anything. You know, pretty much. Anybody knows that. She didn't get anything. So there's a lot of pictures in it. It's just a lot of memories. And there are pictures of people that we don't even know way before we ever came along. You know, further generations, grandparents' generations. There's so many memories. So we have separated a lot of pictures, but there's a whole lot more. And the paintings. I knew my mom was an artist, I knew my mother painted, but there were so many hidden in boxes. I was flabbergasted how many paintings. There's some that's not finished, there's some that she just started, but if you just look around the room.
And there's some we didn't have frames for.
Oh, there's a lot we don't have frames for. It's just amazing. She always wanted to go, I don't know, any of you know this, but she wanted to go to an art school when she was a teenager. And her parents couldn't afford to send her. But I don't really, you look at her pictures and you don't think she needed art school because of the level of artistic stuff like the landscapes and the flowers. That's the two things that come to mind to me. A lot of landscapes, a lot of flowers.
Unless it was a horse, never could draw a horse.
Yeah,
But she tried.
How would you
It's
draw
not
a
that
horse?
it's drawing a
Draw
horse,
a hand.
but I actually saw a couple of good horses.
There are some horses
Like
there.
this one.
Yeah, and there's a lot of animals. There's a lot of animal drawings, but not near as many as the landscapes, the farmhouses, the kind of stuff that she grew up with. So basically, that's all I wanted to say. Just appreciate this day and our time together. Who was supposed to be next? Well, I'll let you.
Do something?
You do that part. You just-
Check your volume.
I am Shirley Swisher. I was born BONER for many years all through high school. Then I got married at 17 and changed my name to Patterson. I am 84 years old. I am a grandma of 4 generations, proudly. I am an artist and have been ever since 2nd grade.
Sorry. I don't know why her mouth is moving and words are not.
The old lady. Old lady that was feeling sorry for me because I couldn't go out and play in the snow. So she gave me some chalk and a board and gave me a challenge. Draw anything you want to draw and we'll tell you if we like it or not.